Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. The Solana chart is in an unchanged situation. We talked about this pullback here yesterday into the support zone. So we've got two support zones on the chart at the moment. We have the upper support region here, which is between $169.47 and $182.90. This is the support zone for a potential 1-2 setup. Okay, not too confident about it, but possible because the movement to the downside looks corrective. To be honest, there are many wave counts that could apply here, but the support area should capture quite a few. And that's just because we're dealing with corrective structures, okay? So I'm labeling this as an A, B, C, or it could even be A, B, C. Possible as well. I already accounted for that scenario by moving the support area down a little bit. But yeah, you know, there are many wave counts that can apply here. But again, I always say the wave counts themselves are only the tool that we need to get to the support zones. Yeah, that's all they are there for, and the targets obviously, and to get invalidation points. But you know, there are 3 or 4 different counts that I could use here. And it's not about having the right count. It's about having a count that we can use for trading. So that would give us the relevant support zones. So this is one support zone. And as long as we're holding this 169.47 level, we could look forward to a third wave to the upside, which I haven't labeled, but as a 1-2. The next move up would ideally be a third wave and then a 4 and a 5. And we could get into that region of $225 plus. I would still like to see that. So that's sort of still where my target range begins for the next move up. There are 4 levels to watch: 225, 237 and 268, and even 299 to the upside next. Yeah. Now, what happens if we break below the upper support region? Would that change my overall perspective? Well, no, it would only change the microstructure. As you can see, this is the white scenario that we use to get to the lower support region: A wave, B wave, C wave. So at the moment, I have no evidence for the white count, but it's a likely scenario. Yeah, and if Bitcoin, let's say Bitcoin tops today maybe or so, or tomorrow, and then comes down, I mean, it might be that it drags Solana with it, you know, and Solana could then get into this support zone between 157 and 131. So whenever there are 2 support zones, I mean, the most convenient way to trade this, and I often say that if you have 2 support zones, just use both of them. And this is actually not the structure to be trading aggressively, in my opinion, unless you're using a different edge, okay? So you have a very specific set of indicators that you're using, or, you know, things like that. Just actually, one second, I selected the wrong tool. So obviously we talked about these triangles there before, you know, just sort of scaling in, see it as one large support zone. And as the price rallies, you know, you can take some profits and so on. And it did that here quite a few times. So I explained that before, no need to do that again. But yeah, the idea is there are 2 scenarios. They are both bullish. And if the upper support area doesn't hold, then we still have the lower one. Of course, if we break below the lower support zone, which is currently nothing I expect because we're not even there, well, then we have to reinterpret the chart. You know, reinterpret the chart. Maybe it's going to be a much larger ABC structure then. But that's not anything that needs to be discussed now because we are still holding even above the upper support region. Now, you know, in terms of structures, I was asked, you know, could there be a triangle? And if I understood that question correctly, the question related to a triangle, I believe here it just doesn't have the right look, to be honest. It is a valid Elliot Wave triangle, yep, but my support area already accounts for that. So if this is an Elliot Wave triangle, then the wave 4 in yellow that I have as bottomed here on the 20th of March, well, it would have ended here. Yeah, because the Elliott Wave triangle count would obviously be an ABCDE structure. A wave down, B wave, C wave, D wave, E wave. And then this is the swing low that formed at around $171. That would be the end of the triangle. Well, and guess what? Well, this could be a 1-2 setup. So it's the same thing. Okay, the support area might be a bit higher, but it doesn't make a difference because we reached it anyway. The thing is, it is only really the support area wouldn't change much, and I rather give it a little bit more space if I have 2 or 3 scenarios that basically lead to the same result. So from a trade management point of view, it wouldn't make a difference. And also, it doesn't really have the right look of a triangle. Yep, it's a valid Elliott Wave triangle. That's what it, what we could interpret it as. But the last waves are very, very tiny. So I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, but that's sort of what my... I mean, the triangle scenario would solve the problem that this doesn't look clearly like 5 waves, but this does. If I have the 1, 2 here, and the triangle finished here, yeah, then I've got a better 5-wave move. But still, it wouldn't make a difference. So, as I say, it's not about having the perfect count or being right about the count, because I strongly believe, and there might be Elliott Wave analysts who might believe something different, but I strongly believe there is not the right count. There is not the perfect count that, you can, let's say, define, and the price will always follow it perfectly, and it's about picking the right count. I don't think so, because I think it's constantly evolving. So it's about having a count that is reasonable and that obviously adheres to the rules and guidelines of the Elliott Wave principle, but that gives you the support regions that you need for trading. So that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.